Okay, so let me expose you to the notion of a polynomial. What does a polynomial means? The word seems to be a very complicated one, but if you break it down, the things become easy to understand. So let us break it down. So the first part, which is poly, this is a Greek word, means many. Poly just means many. You have already seen this word poly in your English content, means many of something. But here many nomials. Nomial is a Latin word, means name. But in our mathematical content, we are going to deal with many terms. So the word polynomial essentially means many terms. So let me give you a few examples which will make this topic very clear to you. So let's say we have 10x to the 7th power minus 3x to the 3rd power plus 5x to the 5th power minus 9. This is a polynomial. Let me give you one more example of a polynomial. Let's say we have 5a squared minus 3. This is also a polynomial. Also if you have only a single term, let's say 6, this can officially be considered as a polynomial. Let me give one more example. If you have 6x to the 4th power, okay, so let me replace this variable for sake of our variety. Let's say we have 6y to the 4th power minus 3y cubed minus pi. So this is also a polynomial. So I have given some examples which are polynomial. Now let me give some examples which are not a polynomial. So in our first polynomial, if you were to replace the 7th power with a negative 7th power, then that would not be a polynomial. Let us write. Okay, so if 10x to the minus 7th power minus 3x cubed plus 5x to the 5th power minus 9. So this is not a polynomial. So I think you must be sensing some rule for a polynomial. So in order for an expression to be a polynomial, each variable of each term must be raised to some non-negative power. So I'm telling you the word term. So let me explain you the word term here. So in general, a polynomial is made up of, so in general, a polynomial is something which is made up of terms. So in this polynomial, this is our first term, which is 10x to the 7th power. This is our second term, which is minus 3x cubed. Third term, 5x to the 5th power. And this is our last term, which is minus 9. And this can also be viewed as a constant term because minus 9 is not multiplied by any variable. So this is our constant term here. So let me write it down. So this and this are all terms. These are the terms of a polynomial. Thinking that this is also a 4-term expression, but why this is not a polynomial? So in order for an expression to be a polynomial, we have to impose some more rule over here. So in general, a polynomial is made up of finite number of terms where each term is multiplied by a coefficient. This is the coefficient. This is the coefficient. This and this is the coefficient. Okay, so let me write it down. Coefficient. E-F-F-I-C-I-E-N-T. Also, the word seems to be a very fancy one, but the concept is very easy. The coefficient is the constant number multiplied by some variable. So here the first coefficient is 10, the second coefficient. Okay, so let me be very careful. The second coefficient is not 3. The second coefficient is minus 3. We have to consider the sign also. The third coefficient is 5 and the last coefficient is minus 9. You can also view it as minus 9 into x to the 0th power, which is 1. X to the 0th power is 1. So I've told you what is a coefficient. Coefficient is a constant number multiplied by some variable. So this can officially be considered as a coefficient because minus 9 can be written as minus 9x to the 0 power. So these are the coefficient of a given polynomial. Here 5 is the coefficient, minus 3 is the coefficient, and in this case 6 can be written as 6 x to the 0th power. So this is also a coefficient because the constant is multiplied by some variable. Okay, so now let me define polynomial in general terms. As I told you earlier, a polynomial is made up of sum of finite number of terms where each term is multiplied by some coefficient. Let me write it as a, multiplied by some variable, say x, raised to non-negative power. So the power must be non-negative integer. So in order to be a polynomial, the exponent must be non-negative integer. So in the above case, the exponent was negative integer. So that's why this is not considered as a polynomial. So this is the general rule. Each term of a polynomial must satisfy to be considered as a polynomial, which means that every term of a polynomial must be of this form, where this a, which I told you as a coefficient, may be any real number. It can be any real number. So the coefficient may be fraction, it may be decimal, any real number multiplied with some variable raised to some non-negative integer power. So let me give you some more example which is not considered as a polynomial. Okay, so in our second polynomial, which is 5a squared minus 3, if we were to replace this 2 with 5a to the half power minus 3, so this is not a polynomial because the exponent here is a fraction. So in order to be a polynomial, the exponent must be non-negative integer. This can also be rewritten as 5 square root of a minus 3. These two are same thing. Also if we have 5a raised to a power minus 3, this is also not a polynomial because the exponent here is variable. So this is also not considered as a polynomial. Okay, so let me give you so let me introduce you to some more idea of a polynomial. So a polynomial is further subclassified in terms of number of terms. So here this is a first term polynomial, so we call it as a monomial. Okay, monomial is a polynomial which has only one term. So let me give you some more example of monomial. If we have 15y to the 15th power, this is a monomial because it has only one term. Also, if we have, let's say, z to the 200th power, this is also a monomial because it has only one term. This polynomial, this is two-term polynomial and we call it as a binomial. Okay, so let me be very clear. These are all polynomials, but we have also subcategorized in terms of number of terms. This is a polynomial, but this is two-term polynomial which we call as a binomial. This is a polynomial, but this is one-term polynomial, so we have named it as a monomial. And also I think you are familiar with the word trinomial. So a trinomial is a polynomial having three terms. So this polynomial has three terms, so this is a trinomial. Okay, so I think you are clear with binomial, monomial and trinomial. Is to ask us that what is the degree of the polynomial or the degree of the term of a polynomial. So the degree of the term is the power of that term. So here 4 is the degree of this term. This 4 is the degree of this term. Here this term has 3 degree. This term is a constant term which can also be rewritten as y to the 0 power. So this is 0 degree term. So now if you were to told what is the degree of this entire polynomial, what is the degree of this entire polynomial? So in order to find the degree of this entire polynomial, you have to look at the highest degree term of this polynomial. So here clearly this is the highest degree term of this polynomial. So this is a 4 degree polynomial, because the highest degree term is this. Now here the degree of this term, this particular term is 7, the degree of this term is 3, the degree of this term is 5, and this constant term can be rewritten as x to the 0 power, which is the degree of this term is 0. But what is the degree of this entire polynomial? So you have to look at the highest degree term. So here this is the highest degree term. So you can say that the degree of this entire polynomial is 7. This is 7 degree polynomial. Likewise, this entire polynomial has 2 as the highest power. So this is second degree polynomial. This is 0 degree polynomial. Okay. This is 15 degree polynomial, and this is 200 degree polynomial. So I think you are clear with the basic idea of polynomial. What is polynomial? What are the rules imposed on a polynomial? How can you construct a polynomial? What is not a polynomial? What is the degree of a polynomial? And also how can you classify the polynomial in terms of number of terms? So I think we are ready to proceed to our exercise problems.